Alright, what's happening? Um, Today we talk about Naruto, man. Read a new chapter and got in a little bit of a debate in my mentions. You feel me about Naruto and its future and everything that happened up until this point. Now, people I was debating with, they said Naruto fell off or was falling off for a while. And if you look at the ratings, that's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things happens when it comes to those manga ratings or whatever. You know, a lot of new manga come out and they build greater interest because they're just starting off, especially when Naruto is in, you know what I'm saying, the whole flashback stage, you know? But me personally, I don't think it fell off. You know, a lot of people like to say that Kishimoto is changing the story. I don't believe that. Dude brought up a case about pain restoring everybody's lives. Saying it was a Dos Ex Machina. Basically, it was a solution out of nowhere, a God solution or whatever. And I don't feel that's correct because the whole story about Naruto, the whole theme behind it is overcoming hatred without hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like love conquering hatred or understanding conquering hatred. So when Naruto talked Pain and made Pain believe in him, and leave his problems unto Naruto to handle, you know what I'm saying? I don't see why Pain wouldn't restore it. And it wasn't far-fetched. It was in his powers. You know what I'm saying? He could do that shit. You know what I mean? So I see that as a viable solution, and I like the way it ended. Because that was the whole thing. Because there is no way that Konoha will be able to forgive Pain for them motherfucking lives lost. No way. And you really think he's going to kill off Hinata, Kakashi, and all of them in one sitting, in one arc? Nah. He had that plan from the beginning. And a lot of people, I feel like they want to say that the story changed because they didn't like the angle that Kishimoto showed Madara in. We all know Madara, you know what I'm saying, before we even knew anything about him, you know what I'm saying, we just know that he was a motherfucker who goddamn controlled the Kyuubi and shit and was trying to fucking destroy the Leaf. We didn't know his motives behind it. We didn't know anything. We just know that he did that, you know what I'm saying. He was he was the strongest Uchiha of history. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people were mad at the way that they portrayed him and the Uchiha clan as a whole. But I think it was accurate, you know what I'm saying? Because before everything, you know what I'm saying, the way Itachi said you had to obtain the Mangekyo Sharingan is you had to kill or sever ties with your best friend. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, ties in with the explanation they gave, or the second gave, about how the Uchiha eyes work. You know, they need to go through extreme trauma. You know, they need to experience extreme loss. And because their bonds are so hard, when they cut them off, they experience extreme loss and extreme grieving, and that's what causes their eyes to change. I mean, I think people were just mad that they portrayed the Uchihas as emos like that. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of knew they were emos. I mean, like, come on now. I believe they were emos. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes. And I think a lot of people didn't like when they showed Madara in that light as a brother, or as him and Hashirama trying to be friends first. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people neglect to see that in Naruto, it's a lot of the history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? For example, history repeated itself as far as between Jiraiya's the three Saiyans, or however you pronounce it, and Team 7. You feel me? Even though even though Sasuke ain't take the same path as Orochimaru, you know, it kind of repeats itself because Sasuke strays from the path, Orochimaru strays from the path for different reasons, but they still stray from the path. And Jiraiya tried to save Orochimaru. And Naruto tried to save Sasuke. And then Sakura and Tsunade is caught in the middle of both of them. You know what I'm saying? You see how it's kind of parallel the future and the past, and it's always talk about passing on the will of fire, so you get that reoccurring, you know what I'm saying, history. And I think it's the same way with Uchiha. I mean, Madara and Hashirama. Hashirama was Naruto back in the day, except Hashirama was just, you know what I'm saying, cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was real. And Madara is the same as Sasuke. You know what I'm saying? And I at first I called Madara a fag for what he did, but you know what I'm saying? I respect that nigga now because he knew what Tobirama was gonna do. He knew what the second was gonna do. He knew the second was foul. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that, man. And then he came back, and people want to act like the background to Madara makes Madara weak. When that nigga came back and destroyed what four Kages, the Tsuchikage, the Hokage, the Kazekage, the Hidden Rock leader. It's 4. And Raikage destroyed all 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's still raw, you know what I'm saying? But everybody has a reason behind their pain, which is another theme in Naruto. It follows it very well, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? As far as, and Obito too, you know what I'm saying? Gaara had pain, had a reason for why he had so much hatred. And everybody else that Naruto encountered, Zabuza, had reasons for his hatred. And that was the key thing with Naruto. He needed to understand that hatred, or the origins of it, to conquer it. You know what I'm saying? That's been evident at any battle that Naruto has faced. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the flashbacks, I think this flashback is necessary. Everybody been wondering what the fuck happened between Hashirama and Madara. Everybody. You see them 2 pillars, you're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That must be an epic battle. I wonder what happened between them and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now that they found out the reason why Madara did it, they mad as shit. Or they're not mad, but they didn't think it would happen like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think they try to say he made it up, or he's changing the story, but I don't believe that. Now, that's everything leading up to this chapter. I don't even know, but Sasuke basically Hashirama finishes the story, and Sasuke changes. And this is where I think he's starting to change the story. And if you don't know anything like about how manga is managed, you know, a lot of directors, the artists will make the mangas or have the chapters written out beforehand, drew out beforehand, a rough draft, and they would hand it to their editors. And then they will decide whether you need to change it, modify it, or is it good to go. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of this in Bakuman. It's a manga. It's weird because it's a manga about manga. It's a manga about making manga, or making it in the manga industry. And it gives a lot of background to the whole manga industry. That's pretty dope. But I feel like this is the point where they know it's winding down. Because after this flashback with Hashirama and Madara, there should be no more flashbacks. No more. Because that explains the whole story. The whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So now we should be tumbling towards the final. We should be building up towards the final climax. And I think that this is the time where the editors are just like, "Yo, we need to stall it. We need to," because I don't like it. I feel Sasuke changed too soon. If Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, every motherfucker couldn't change that nigga, after hearing the story, how can he make his mind up so quick? You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit. Like, I understand he wanted to find out the truth, but there needs to be a little more inner turmoil. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing this whole time and then all of a sudden he changes at that point. But I think Kishimoto has something in store. I don't think this is the end of I don't think this is a straight treaty. I think Sasuke just doesn't want Madara destroying the city, destroying the leaf. I think he's still gonna come back because ain't no avoiding this final fight. Naruto and Sasuke must fight. Must. Because if they don't, I might just have to assassinate Kishimoto, dog. I might have to. But I feel like this is if he keeps it going how it is, and Sasuke just magically turns good and wants to help again, that shit is gonna disappoint me to the fullest. I want him to like help kill Madara and then be like, hey, fuck y'all, I'm still destroying Leaf, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. You know what I mean? Even though he's emo and I think he's gay, you know what I'm saying? At least be decisive. God damn. He's seeming more and more like a female. But I think everything leading up to this chapter, excluding this chapter, I think it was kind of on point. You know what I'm saying? It didn't deviate too far to where he's changing the whole story. You know what I'm saying? I think it falls right in line with what happened in what he's been setting up in earlier chapters. You know, and I don't know, man. I have faith in Kishimoto, man. I think he's got a nice little twist for us in store. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to speak about that. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait. You know what I'm saying? For the climax. I really want to see what this reunion as far as all the Kages versus Madara and them. And I don't like that either. Like why the fuck would they bring the third back if he's not fighting Orochimaru? Like what is he doing? Who is he fighting? Like there's Madara and Obito. That should be Hashirama and the fourth. And then Naruto should be battling Sasuke. I don't like that's outnumbered. Like how are they gonna even that up? Like Kishimoto better do something. I know that much. He better throw some twist in that motherfucker. So that's it, man. Y'all be easy. Alright.